Well, this is going to have us on the edge of our seats. The Champions League final for 2023 is underway, and it's the perfect start. Mamaye through the middle, gets Toniuti, goes straight to the centre, and this is what's been impressive about this side. Yashevsky is the passing. Toniuti, it's like a no-look fadeaway away from Smith. First point of perfection. Yashemsky showing no sign of nerves. First pass into a good zone. First block, maybe a little bit inside, but it's clever no. That says no to Kaczmarek on the right-hand side. And one would wonder that with a good start here, Yashemsky really have the recent advantage over ZAKSA. They only won one set, ZAKSA, in the Plus Liga playoffs, and hardly got a set over 20, which is unlike them. Slivka passes off the net. Toniuti makes a touch. Bodies on the floor everywhere, but a real clutch, smooth arm from Kaczmarek on that right side. 17 points against Trentino at home. At 54% efficiency, 17 serves as well. We'll go into serving in just a moment, but there's also 27 points at 50% away with Trentino, and that was an absolutely incredible performance from ZAKSA. So as they put in some marvellous ones, David Smith has been in the forefront of everything, but he's in the back. It's Norbert Huber doing wonders on the front for someone so big. He moves so well. 207, and Huber teams up with Bednoj to make the block. He made a real big influence, Huber, against Trentino with 75% efficiency, 12 points and 6 blocks. And Boyet is just so quick with the arm, speeding up off Bednoj. And yesterday within the training, was here to watch ZAKSA, and while everybody was warming up, Bednoj was passing a lot of balls, and I mean hundreds of balls, while ZAKSA was stretching and getting into it. So you feel that they're preparing him to do a lot of the passing, and right on cue you can see why Bednoj was out there passing an awful lot throughout training. Tip over the top from Cleverno. It's a smart move. Service pressure, loose passing is why Yashemsky have started so brightly. Soji is just ridiculous at reading the game in those disadvantaged situations, just parking in the power foot line of the spiker, but tip so far good enough. Boryat, 126 kilometers an hour. That's not snail's pace from Boryat, unfortunately. Not quite good enough. Kaczmarek. Big serve. Slivka's finger pointing to the ceiling, knows that that one was out of bounds as well. Kaczmarek, well, we spoke about him already. Only played 2 sets against Perugia in that second leg because they'd already won the tie pretty quickly. Well, there's confirmation of what has been a perfect start for Cleverno. It's a hybrid serve through the seam. Bednoj does not want a slice of it. He steps out the way and Slivka isn't there. Hybrid serve to the seam, doing the business so far from Cleverno. Yashemsky know that they have the mental edge here. Looking very confident early on. Out of system play, net touch against someone that's been given against Yashemsky. Steppy and his pointing down, saying the ball is in. I think there was a net touch regardless. First challenge of the evening. And honestly, the atmosphere in here just keeps going up and up. Well, the ball is certainly in. Challenge is unsuccessful. One lost for Oshemsky, Bednarz looks like an unbelievable rip in the end. I thought there was primarily a net touch, but was at Modena, sorry, for 2 seasons. Was with Monterrey in Shanghai, 3-time Champions League winner. More tipping around the block of Huber is providing to be very, very good so far. Huber gets across, but Sobig at 2:07 is just out of reach. He's not going to want to turn around and play it. Shoji is lightning fast, but can't get to that one. That's 3 tip points so far, to my eyes. They're going to have to fix that, ZAKSA, and try and put somebody on it. So loud here in the Alpe Tour. Shoji played a long time, 2 stints in Russia. Novosibirsk, Urengoy as well, but also a stint in Berlin. This is by far the most successful club he's been to with that Champions League victory last year, but he's such an instrumental character all around the court, driving everything, Shoji, all the international experience that comes with him. Best digger at the Olympics in 2016 and 2021 as well. Slivka, that's what we know Slivka's capable of. Loves coming back across the body from left to right, but also can work away from the body. It's not always easy being a lefty on the left side, but as long as it gets across his left shoulder, he'll be able to see the court really nicely. Great pictures of Huber. Ace and ZAKSA have woken up. Bednarz with a baseline swing already in this game. And now it's Janusz with a fast float server short on Clevenot. Mbaye didn't want to pass that one, but got involved. The block did their job, but finding a way through Smith and Slivka is Clevenot. Really smart play just to redirect that one away from 6 and put the thumb down, wrist away, swing. For now, serving to position 1, Slivka, trying to keep him out the game for now, and Slivka will be competing for a place in the Polish side at the moment. And with the likes of, well, Leon playing out there as well. It's good to see Bartosz Bednarz back in the thinking for the national team after his performances as well. They certainly have no lack of depth out there. Slivka takes pace off the ball. 2 short serves, one with the float serve, one with the spin serve. In the big evenings, your main players have to turn up and be assertive. Slivka is looking on the ball this evening. This week as a player. Next week he's turning into coach at the King of the Court series with Justinska, his partner in Hamburg, which will bring an interesting dynamic and a change of pace for Slivka. Mbaye if there's one man that's hardly missed in this campaign, it's David Smith. Have a look at the work off the ball. Starts at position 2, has to do a lot of work to come round and hit position 5. Certainly isn't easy. Fantastic approach from Smith, great execution to lose the block. The service pressure is certainly there this evening from ZAKSA, and that's been a catalyst of their good performances. Smith being one of those. I mean, looking back, he had 23 serves Trentino at home, 22 serves Perugia at home, 18 serves Perugia away. got on 2 or 3 runs at certain times of sets. Kaczmarek just misses in that crossbody. He says, my bad, which promotes the set was in a good place. Yashemski, well, it means that Yashemski have opened up a 2-point lead, but that's okay for the time being. 2013 team had a great run, was led under the legend Lorenzo Bernardi. More big serving, the intensity is there for Gladier. It's a huge block, isn't it? Lines up on Huber, falls a little bit off the net, so he starts to lose his angles, and he finds the block instead. He's had a fine start in that opposite position. There's been a couple of errors from Lucas Kaczmarek, but it's Air France producing the goods once again. Boria bombarding the 3 ZAKSA passes. Bednarz and Slivka, that seam has been found again. Yashemski are flying now. The service pressure is there and the fans are making a lot of noise. That's a matchup that we really have to keep our eye on. The Boya and Kaczmarek duel here. It's an opportunity for Kaczmarek to try and break a couple back foot. ZAKSA, it's a good serve, but for now is ever so consistent all of the time. Good dunk from Huber. He's looking for a net touch. Oh, it's swatted back. Slivka, the only one really paying attention. Bednarz stopped. Quick for Bednarz again, fast off the hands. Credit to Janusz with a quick setting to beat the middle blocker for speed. Him and Bednarz on the same page there. Bednarz is starting to grow into this game. Luckily, Slivka was alive for that one. We are being treated this evening to a volleyball feast. Kaczmarek again, 2 big serves. Cleverno though, the passing so far for Yashemski is really good because the service pressure is certainly there for ZAKSA. A couple of short aces backed up with a couple from Kaczmarek, but for now and Cleverno are holding things together beautifully well, and that's something similar to the Plus Liga finals. Just holding steady and stable with the legs and platform doing the rest. Miss serve from Cleverno. Part of a French generation that have just exceeded all expectations. But first, listen to this crowd. Bednarz at 109 kilometers. Three-point lead for Yashemski. JSW certainly in control as it stands. The passing underpinning everything. Wrestled in. Slivka, high hands, chases on. Free ball, Shoji's all over it. Good free ball as well. Everything is open, using the pipe on the free ball. Blockers commit with the middle. It means that Bednarz has a free net. The setter running the show here, Janusz Mbaye committing with Huber. Happy days. Young setters, watch that. Don't be predictable and use the middle off the free ball. Run that pipe. Well, JSW have won 5 matches against ZAKSA this year. What a pass, by the way. My word, off the top of the hands. We keep going with Slivka. Hasn't quite got an approach, so he goes high off of the hands instead. Popacek with one of the best passes, falling forward at chest height to just flip that in. Slivka does a fantastic job consistently of working off the hands. He has to at his height, but also in his position. ZAKSA are back to 1. So the head-to-head this year, JSW 5-2, but they contested the Polish Cup Super Final and the Polish Cup Final, so the rivalry is ravishing. Yashemski won the Super Cup 3-2, 15-13 in the final set. ZAKSA won the Polish Cup in a straight set victory, I think, in February. Last year they met each other 13 times, something ridiculous like that. Kleveno offensively has been very astute. Yashemski by 2, Slivka. And the creativity here from Slivka. Fastening up the arm, doesn't have many options, but we saw him previously go really high off the block. So you wouldn't blame Boya for reaching for high there. It's off the middle in the end, but it's just a fastening up speed to beat the middle blocker. This is why he's so good. He changes up the pace, he changes up the decision making to be very difficult. Janusz, ever present in this team, really. Net touch, Slivka says, my bad, everyone. He's the best setter in the league last year, Janusz. Also took a silver in this competition with Skral all the way back in 2011. He's a Skral setter for a long time, Marcin Janusz. That was the net touch. Serve out the back from Fornal. Some rip at 1-2-1. Mr. Consistent. And that's what you've got to love about this JSW team, is very consistent in the basics of the game. Slivka. By speeds it up off of Smith. Slivka, what a dig. My word, Popacek once more. Shoji matches him. Bednarz, one of the rallies of the game so far. Slivka with a free ball. 4 now, gets straight stuck in. And this time, Mumbai is too high for Smith. It's not that Smith is in the wrong position whatsoever. It's a high thing from Mumbai. This is heating up. You have Shemsky rattling around the arena here. Well, coming into this game, ZAKSA 77 aces, JSW 53. Attacking efficiency 39-42. JSW winning that battle, turning back from Smith to keep being able to turn and hit 5. Smith is doing a good job every time to evade the blocker. Again, has to get in front, has to open up with the elbow and the chest to turn it. ZAKSA have made 150 blocks in this competition, 70 blocks for JSW as Smith. He's come in really clutch with his service throughout this competition, and they need a run now. Boyer! Well, Stefana Boyer. Quick feet. Fast arm. Great set from Donny Udi. Maybe a little bit inside, but it just length of the set outruns the middle blocker. He was looking for the decision here. If that goes against him, ZAKSA are in real trouble. They might have to use their challenge just to throw a bit of caution to the wind here. It looks out on that picture to me. Look at Tommy Fornal's reaction. There is a video challenge. one is wide of the mark. 1-2-1 again, this time from Poirier, but ZAKSA, I wouldn't call it a mountain to climb, but they certainly have a job to do to get back into this. But again, huge games, big moments. Kazmarek with the serve, but the passing unit just stays so solid, and Vladir can get right back into this game. And Toniudi loves using the middle. They're coming in quite straight and just working off the hands. Zemski, 3 away from the opening set. Clevenot, talk about consistency, and I think that's the main difference right now. Bednorz is firing aggressively, though, into the angle. Too quick for Jan Hadrava. A lot of experience. Hadrava just gets caught drifting, goes with the Kong block into the angle, and it's a good read, but not quite the one. Janusz comes out, Bartholomew Klut comes in. 2-10. Third season since joining from Verona. Was playing in Israel before that, but it's another one that just goes astray. Stepien comes off as well. Janusz comes back in to run the offense. You feel that Poirier has been a little bit of the difference here, and just the more consistent passing. Because at times ZAKSA certainly haven't passed poorly, have they, or served poorly, but Toniuti's still almost been able to run full offense throughout. Huber looking for hero status from behind the baseline now. Joined from Skra. Best middle blocker in the Polish league last season. For now, Clevenot in the pass. They've done a marvellous job in my eyes so far with that first reception. Jastrzębski. Bobruchak certainly isn't doing a bad job in there either. Swipe out the back brings up Jastrzębski. Their first set point. There's still a big job to do. There's a lot of volleyball left in this Champions League final, but you think about them stepping in to this big game for the very first time. They have Olympic gold medalists. They have former champions in Toniudi, but they've really delivered Hadrava into the nets, and looks like Mendes is going to trust Hadrava to stay in for the time being. You don't see Poirier coming back in anytime soon. Tavaporti staying in as well. Second setter, chance for a side out. Mumbai is shut down. There's the break that ZAKSA are chasing. And now let's see if there's some changes. There's certainly a timeout. David Smith gets his first stuffy of the evening. Some game, this one already. ZAKSA always slightly chasing. The door's ajar. What an occasion. This place is bouncing. House of pain. Jump around. But Jastrzębski Near the side out, Cleverno chucks in, it's a little bit off the net, falling out from the right side. It's a huge block, in or out. They're looking for a challenge. Slivka is sure it's in. Are you not entertained? It's just the opening set. Fornal might know this is in as well. He looks unsure. We go to overtime in the opening set from 2 down. ZAKSA are back in business, 2 blocks in a row. Shemsky maybe left it 1 too late to bring back in Boya and Toniutti. Passes in, great zone, this time block out. But stays so high off the hands. Toniutti with confidence in his middle at these close moments when you thought it might just go to Boya. It's another set point for JSW. 1 off the hands. And you think about overtime, how aggressive and fast Slivka stays there off the hands. It's a gutsy swing. Gutsy swing. Now it's Slivka to serve, the leader of this team. Ace from Slivka! Not only has he managed to side out, he's gone back to serve an ace. The captain is turning it around here. Off body, beats Povicek to the floor. Alexander Slivka, take a bow.
And now let's have a check.
One question is that they kept Hadarava Tervapodi in for that one rotation. They could have flipped it straight back and had Toniutti on the backcourt, Boya there, but they've also missed a couple of side outs since then, so a lot of credit has to go the way of ZAKSA. Slight change here as well, Slivka killing an ace in succession. How can you do it after a timeout, a break in the rhythm? He takes a little bit of pace off to Cleverno. Toniutti, Boya, he's shot down off the header, Boya. Chance in transition. Width and speed off the head this time. Bednall's 2 head plays in a row. Boya got lucky. Bednall didn't get quite as lucky. There's the first one. Manages to keep the ball in play, and it's absolutely bizarre to have that happen twice in a rally. But not as lucky for Bednall as for Boya. Well, Mora in as a service substitution by slightly unorthodox with that serve. Ace! And this is how legends are made. Mora off the bench as a serving sub. His first contact of this match, ripped down the seam. Slivka and Shoji have been beaten. My word, timeout now. Humdinger into Rin. The bench to deliver that crushing blow. Will Lightning strike twice? Morris, another brilliant serve. You have to give him full credit. Off the bench, it's an error. And it's the first set, Yashemsky. A set full of highlight reels, but Shizumura is getting the hugs, and rightfully so, because to come off the bench and change the game like that is world class. ZAKSA will challenge for sure for the block touch. No block touch, Glidir. JSW fans, enjoy your moments. Slivka thought he turned the tide. That is not the case. No block touch as Bednarz looks to try and go off of Kleveno or try and hit around him. It's a tough swing when his approach is so straight. Those angles become tougher. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Hold on tight, because this is just the first set. Shizumura deserves a medal for how he's come off the bench and provided two big serves like that. So many twists, so many turns. Yashemsky are a team playing with real confidence. I think ZAKSA actually, I know that they've lost the opening set here, but they can take a lot of confidence from it, because their good performances lately have been few and far between in the Plus Liga finals, so they know that they're starting to find their level and they're pushing for it. Kaczmarek doesn't know whether it's going left or right. He hits it on the fadeaway, somehow gets the ball over. Boya's back in business. He is operating at a high height. Boye. High bump, 3 up. Doesn't matter if you just chew off the top of them. Boye going off the top of Smith so far. And that's how this is just a slight mismatch at the moment. They have so much physicality. And Kleveno in those situations of having to speed the arm up and turn it, frightening. I count maybe 4 or 5 of these sorts of attacks where he just gets smart and tips the ball away through the hands of Kaczmarek. ZAKSA will hoping that he really comes to the forefront this evening. Smith is in the game now. We've seen him go to 5 every single time. Now Mumbai looks like he's going, Mumbai is looking into 5, and Smith just hooks it back to 1. Haven't seen that service run that we've seen previously from Smith in this game. And this must be a little bit of magic, really, from Mendes, the head coach of JSW, because they are tipping a lot of balls. And ZAKSA are getting nowhere near any of them, really. Consistently changing the pace of the attack, consistently keeping the defense guessing. Smart work from the team on the left of your screen. Slivka. Huber. Janusz goes quick to the outside. Bednarz, great snap with speed. Again, this relationship, considering it started fairly late with Bednarz only joining the team mid-season, it's pretty good, isn't it? Bednarz loves going away from the body. For now, really confident to get behind the ball, but the ball's just a little bit off. ZAKSA find one hit. It's another off-speed swing from Boye. But better blocking this time. You find that maybe they're starting to delay their timing, watch a little bit closer for these off-speed swings. They're not quite committing and having quite as fast hands, the blockers here, because, again, tipping everywhere. Have you ever seen anything like this? It's a tip everywhere you look. Kleveno looks calm. It's a smart display from him. Passing well, serving well, and just coming in and going with the left this time. And when he goes with the left, the defense is set up to play with angles hit from the right arm. So the left is a real surprise attack, and there's no surprises that Clevenot scores. Boya misses this time. This is a ridiculous spectacle. When you sit back and see the stadium, the trophy, it's a special, special place. Clevenot might have, well, play continues. The first time that the music's been left on through the rally. That was nothing to do with the music, though. That was a rare overpass. There's a few misunderstandings here about the game, but we continue all the same. They have to stay switched on here. Another lefty. Well done from Slivka. He knows all about left-handed attacks to Slivka. And then Kazmarek gets into the game and stays high. Brothers in arms. Slivka and Kazmarek have battled together for so long. You, says Slivka. Shoji trying to stay calm. Another miss from Bednorz, but nothing to really panic about here as it is on the front court. Clevenot, the tip master. Fast. Extremely good cover, but I think it's going to be called for a double touch. It is a double touch. It's being called in the right place, but I think it hit the chest and then the hand on the way up from, I think, Janusz, but we'll get another look. Clutch from Shoji, who's, well, family of volleyballers will be very proud of Shoji once again this evening in the career that he's having. Obviously, his brother had some epic evenings as well. Slivka goes wide, and there's an error. Shemsky look to put their foot down once again. Good passing from Bednorz, and it's almost perfect. You can't be too disappointed with that one. As ZAKSA just slow the game down. Volunteers are on to just dry out the court a little bit. Clevenot, good serving from him. Did enough to force the error last time out from Slivka. This time Bednorz is put on the floor. Reverse quick play. Polfacak is all over it. 4 now, out of system. 3 up, tries to get cute. Gets stuck. Shoji is there. Great scoop. Huber! Wild! No one expected the middleman to get this out of rhythm ball. Nobody was there to take care of Huber. Huber will dismantle you if you do not have a block against him. ZAKSA cheering once more. Again, the passing, what a great tempo that is to start running the ball from right to left. Tonyudi would just love it. Just sat up, it's quick enough, but it's also hanging for him to just fire it wherever he wants to. Some stats from the opening set have just come my way as we have a video challenge as well, so there's a lot going on points-wise. 8 for Slivka in that opening set, very good. 5 for Boya, and also Clevenot in that first set, so more spread out. Centerline fault. There's no centerline fault at all. Whole foot's not over the line. So you're absolutely fine, Smith. Ready to go. Once more from baseline. There's teams are trading. This is all just sparring once again. We both know that both teams can go on runs of points. The service is outstanding as Slivka. The set's coming from off the net, so very difficult for him. Let's it drift. He's got 3 on him, and he still manages to squeeze the ball back. Sensational from him. You'd say that he would struggle to access the line from there all the same with any power, but it's Slivka. He will define the laws of angles. Good from Shoji. Slivka again, very much in the mix. 2 up. 4 now. Ah, big play. Thomas, 4 now. Has been maybe slightly quieter this evening compared to Clevenot, but that's a world-class swing. First of all, just turns it back into the sharp one. Clevenot put to the floor again. Mr. Consistent Clevenot this evening. Second time, just rips it. Slivka goes with the tip, but Bobovchak is reading him like a book. There's a net touch somewhere. It's against ZAKSA. Yashemsky now have opened up a 3-point lead in the second. That man is in the middle of everything again, isn't he? He's had a superb game. Boya, fellow Frenchman Tony Uti. Smith stopped Tony Uti out of the setting department. It's a little bit tight from Bobovchak. Janusz is out the game as well. Shoji has to step in and set. It's a huge play. Boya is there again. It's a high one for Kazmarek, who hasn't quite got going this evening. Mendes loves it, and rightfully so. You feel that ZAKSA need a side out now, and they need a little kick, and that kick comes from Smith. Not quite the run that ZAKSA would have wanted here, but he said it wants a consistency here in all departments from JSW is something to be truly admired at the moment. Slivka, there's certainly one man, the fans, trying to get behind their captain. Big crossbody serve to the sideline. Once again, the passing is perfect. Another head play, a head cover. Third time in maybe 5 minutes. Smith is efficient as ever through the middle. A range of different swings. He stays high, he goes to 5, he comes crossbody, and he's seeing a lot of ball at the moment. Kazmarek isn't seeing a lot. As this set goes on, you expect Janusz to start using the outsides a little bit more maybe, but not if the likes of Smith and Huber do stay hot. Another big serve, but the pass again. No matter what ZAKSA throw at JSW here, the pass is staying really resilient. Throughout Kleveno and Fornal, they are just unbreakable at this moment in time. Beautiful overhand pass. Piper's in for one of first times, and takes the middles. Smith stays up, but he's beaten back to 5. It's a wonderful play. Straight out of the playbook for JSW. Run the play from right to left, snap it back to position 5. Tip this time from ZAKSA. Going out the back. Rare error from him. And all of a sudden, ZAKSA just keep pushing, and they get their rewards for staying super aggressive. That one's inside, trying to get his feet inside the line of the ball there. Oh yeah, but to no avail. Smith is somebody who could just go on a tear right now. Already a good serve from him. That's a great serve from Smith. That's the Champions League serving form that we've seen from that man all season. He had a run against Trentino that was deadly. A run against Perugia that was incredible. He can hit both sidelines while showing the same picture in the air. And then he goes to the other sideline. Almost on cue. Smith to go to 1 and then to 5. Make the passing unit shift to the right side of the court and then beat them to the left. Maya was substituted for Shimura at the end of the set to serve. You can see why that it's a slightly softer serve straight down the middle, and in turn ZAKSA can get their pass into a good zone. They use the middle very similar to the first set, but Janusz has just fed that middle on a lot more of a regular occurrence. You think that Tuomas Samovero has maybe mentioned that in between sets, because the difference is very clear. Kazmarek has hardly been set a ball, but you would hope that they have confidence in the right side to go back to him when it really matters, and because they've used that middle so often that he's in one-on-one situations. Huge, 122 kilometers an hour. They're out of system. It doesn't matter because Bednarz is feeling it. Have a look at that. Assertive. He's in the game, Bednarz, which will be key for this ZAKSA performance. Rocket of a serve. ZAKSA will be happy to score the point, but also to see the end of Boyer from behind the service line. Again, the pass from JSW is there. No matter what ZAKSA do, they have to provide something special all the time, and there's another break. The service pressure is coming. They're not seeing it in passes that are off the net or aces, but they are managing to build through rallies. Bednarz is cooking. He seems to be playing some of his best volleyball again in this competition. Error. ZAKSA. Bednarz, Smith started to fire up this furnace, and with it from the baseline, ZAKSA is starting to grow in confidence, and maybe there's a little bit of pressure now. There's a timeout from Mendes. Here we go. ZAKSA have taken the initiative here. Service from Bednarz. Boyes. Stopped. Slivka. Inside out. Whether there's a touch is what I'm looking for. Saying my block maybe. But ZAKSA now look like a different team. Of course there's a touch from Slivka. Gets his inside arm over. Another one! Bednarz is coming into his own here when ZAKSA need him the most. He's on absolute fire. The blocks are coming. The aces are coming. JSW now are stunned out there. 3 or 4 in a row. Bednarz is looking like an absolute steal of a transfer from Shanghai in February. Proving his worth. 4 now. Passes 2 straight, fast. They're aware of Cleverno speeding it up. And it's another error. And this is pressure from ZAKSA over a period of time. Everything they're doing. The pull away with the hands from Janusz is smart. Everyone knows that Cleverno looks for hands. Mora's coming in this time, not to serve, but to play a more rounded role here, to pass the serve of Bednarz, Bartosz Bednarz. Having an absolute feast of an evening here now. 4 now, tries to wrestle one in. Boya off the hands this time. You have to say that Samavuo is doing a good job here of just adapting some of the tactics. And the service is starting to come. The patience from ZAKSA has been there. Boya, too high for Huber. Astute swing from the Frenchman. Well, he's been a hero already once, Shizumura this evening. He gets straight back down to it, doesn't he? Popovchak, but from Shizumura, it's going to be a free ball. ZAKSA have to deal with this carefully. Of course they will through Sojia's perfect use of the free ball. They go to the pipe once more. Bednarz, an absolute rocket through the pipe. A good amount of space between him and Janusz opens up the seam. Popovchak just rocked that time. Shizumura hasn't put a foot wrong yet, has he? You see the pipe off the free ball. Keep Bednarz in the game. He is flying. Huber with a slightly slower serve than we saw from Bednarz. What a dig from Huber. What a battle this is becoming. The middle, 6'10", making outrageous defensive plays. There's another one. Bednarz, a little bit unorthodox, but they'll take it. Kaczmarek off the hands, recycled again. Let's go, Slivka with the setting hands back to Kaczmarek. Popovchak is all over it. Spread to Boya. This time it's been fumbled. They're knocking on the door with brute force. And the pressure is starting to build on JSW after perfect performances in Plus Liga. And look what it means. They know ZAKSA. And they also understand how to win a Champions League final. The atmosphere is electric. The presentation team, phenomenal. This is a volleyball occasion. Bednar's service run, started with Smith with a couple of goals from him, has been the difference here. Middle's just coming back into the game. It's a good run that Lanier would want to get stuck in. Ostrowski certainly will not turn their back on this set. They're 111. Slivka has to recycle that one. It's a good deep play. Almost saw Gallier coming up. But it has been shut down again. Keep an eye on that one. They're going to have to start using the ball at 4 a little bit more often, you'd think. And maybe that's why for now hasn't been said as much as Cleveno or Boyer, but this time he stays aggressive. That back corner, he's got 3 on him. In those slow plays, always the opportunity to get 3 blockers across, take away as many hitting angles as possible. Back to 3 then. Wow. The first referee left it a good amount of time before making a decision, didn't he? But the ball was out. Similveo is very, very animated down there, and rightfully so. It's a big evening for him as well. Great touch. Vivchak absolutely delivers the free ball perfect. Big. Has gone high off the middle blocker. He's tried to work around with a tip, and we haven't seen this one so much this evening, where he comes in a little bit more of a diagonal and then just plants onto the line. That's a ferocious swing. It really is. So to the inside of Bednar. Slivka doesn't quite turn that with his arm. Slivka just rotates in the air and snaps it with speed. Off the hands of Fornal. Slivka is pulling all the strings out, isn't he? He's trying to keep the focus through these times, trying to not let complacency slip in, but I don't think that would ever slip in, but really trying to keep the focus. One break now for JSW would certainly get them right back into it. A 3-point lead if the side out comes from ZAKSA. It's so important. It's not a break yet. They're scrambling for their own side out. Bednar is back on the front court. His service run, his work in the pipe on the outside as well. This is a heroic second set performance. He gets all the way out to make a 3-man block and snaps it back into the angle. This is turning into one of those evenings. Short serve. Hammer. Boye just shows us every trick in the book. Last time came in, hit the line, and then just thuds one. It's a world-class swing. Wow. No wonder he even lets a little smile go. passing from Shoji. Wide, high arm. Bednorz is just delivering in every single way, shape and form. The performance in those semi-finals against Perugia was special, but he's starting to get to that level again. And the ZAKSA team that's been struggling with confidence, they now have 3 set points. They'll look for the ace, but they won't get it. Timeouts. Yashemsky, it's a very smart one.
Second, ZAKSA, we cover. Ready with next first line. Keep the distance on first step. Come on. With conviction, this attack.
Be a first Champions League winners medal for the coach here, Tomas Komilev. Took a silver in the CV Cup with Zenit St. Petersburg, won the Russian national champs with Kuzbas Kamarovo. Also, obviously won the Polish Cup this year with ZAKSA. There you have it. ZAKSA have worked incredibly hard to bring this back to 1-1, and you can see how united they are. Remember, they've just played a best-of-5 match series in Plus Liga in the finals, where they've lost 3-0 and only won itself. Slivka starting serving. Looks like he's ready to fire it up once more. Set 3 of the Champions League finals. Slivka starts with an ace. An off-speed serve is a thing of absolute beauty. Starting so far back, the service reception getting beaten short. It's a class act, Slivka. Doesn't really matter all the same though, first point of the game, still a chance to side out, but Slivka is certainly, Slivka and ZAKSA certainly showing and enforcing themselves on this set. Bednorz fires once, not taken. Kaczmarek's hardly been set a ball, has he? Oh, maybe a lift. There was a call for a lift, but not given. Bednorz is getting everything. Look at the eyes of Bednorz. Enjoying every single facet of this one. But can ZAKSA do this with keeping Kaczmarek very quiet? Slivka, perfect start from the service line. Run of 2 already here. Another big turner towards Clevernote. Passes just a little bit more slightly off the net. He goes for the tip again. Kaczmarek is certainly in the game here. Since that ball is a meter or 2 off the net on the 3-meter line, it just slows everything down slightly. And look at Kaczmarek. He's trying to contribute every way he can. Slivka started perfectly, and JSW, you have to say, just still seem a little bit rocked from the previous set. Clevernote knows that to be able to get tippy on the ball a lot and really get creative, he has to also establish a little bit of a powerful attack, and this time he shows he can hit the sharper angles. Clevernote. Toniudi keeps feeding him. Boya's been silenced a little bit. Smith thinks he should have got a hand on it. Finally, that run of Slivka's comes to an end. Boya goes straight down the line. Flip to the outside. Bednorz is getting set a lot of the ball at the moment. Plays from right to left. Bednorz. Well, he's operating at 83% efficiency against Perugia in the semi-finals, and he's somewhere similar again here. He really is a man to watch out for. Smith. Cleverno out of system. He's going to get the ball back here. 3 up. He looks for the hands. And Cleverno is running out of ideas as ZAKSA just keep adapting to Cleverno, slowing his arm down, looking for the hands to score points. They know exactly what he's going to do. They change the pace of their block and their press. And now Smith is at the service line. Slivka to Smith is the perfect start from the baseline for ZAKSA. And the pass now is going astray. A confident JSW performance in the opener. It's been silenced for now. Perfect though. Well done from Huber. Huber's been brilliant so far. Boye. Well, Boye stays high into the angle. First time we've really seen him in set 3. Serve from Boye into the net this time. It's a rarity, and you feel that Yashemsky have to start finding their passing and serving. Sometimes these things work together. You lose your pass, you lose your serve. The pressure's on your team. Kaczmarek now with the chance to serve. And he's flourishing. It's a funny thing, isn't it? The whole team sort of run off each other. One starts serving well, the whole team start to find their serve. Block from Cleverno, but it's all business at the moment. Cleverno, after a brilliant block, can he start to find that hybrid serve? Bednorz the target. That passing work seems to have maybe paid off. They're looking for a touch. This might be a challenge here, maybe not. Bednorz was pretty sure of it. Well, we're going to have a look before anybody else. Worked in. Oh, you know, he could be pretty close here. Close-up will tell us everything. Quick chance for a sip of water here. Block touch, yes or no, is what we're looking for. Bednorz, if you have just joined us, is on an absolute tear from midway through the last set. Oh my word. It couldn't get any closer, could it? Through the block of Yashemsky. Close, but no cigar that time. Cleverno is getting his way back into this game. A block followed by a couple of great serves. This game is on another level right now. Little pockets of momentum for both sides. Bednorz stays really patient. It's blocked this time. Janusz is there, but Bednorz goes to the floor. That's Yuri Gladir, ladies and gentlemen. And he is flying out there. That good start for ZAKSA has sort of unraveled in front of them. Brilliant closure of the block. Hands not too far away from each other. It's a great press. This is exactly what they don't want to see, ZAKSA at the moment. Bednorz on the floor. Nursing a knee problem. We have Adrian Strzewski on the bench. But I think one more game for Bednorz this season. I don't think he's going to want to go anywhere. Don't think that Kaczmarek and co are going to want him to go anywhere either. So many ebbs and flows to this one. Slivka off the net this time. Two blockers, Toniudi gets out the way. Fornal gets all the way across to get a double stack. This time on the right side, it's tough for him. Kazmarek is back in the game, and that's exactly what they will want. ZAKSA. He's been quiet at times, but he is contributing really nicely, Kazmarek. He's not getting the usual amount of ball that we've seen previously. Remember, but he's starting to really grow into his role in this game. ...114 kilometers an hour out the back from Bednarz. Doesn't look like he's struggling with an injury anymore at all, but this has been a sensational game for 7-7. Feels like it could be 24 all at this point. Huber. Another good evening for him. Previously excelling off the bench, but coming in and hammering as high as possible. Trying to turn it back to deep five. Fornal can get across, but can he stay high enough to hang with Huber? Huber now serving. Hybrid serve short. Well done from Clevernoe. Toniudi doesn't go to the middle, outside. The blocking game of ZAKSA is starting to go through the roof here. Neither side really siding out well enough in set 3 so far. 3 big runs of points has been the story of the early stages here. Tuomas Savleva getting in. This means so much to both sides. Boye out of play this time. Was in a race against time to get his feet to the ball, and he goes away from the body. We saw that swing perfectly in the previous set. But this time it's just a little bit rushed. Feels like he hasn't seen much of the ball Boye for some time.
Attack long and rebuild the ball. Thinking this and teamwork, guys. Think in our team, not in other team. Think in our team. We need to work good. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
I think one would say that everyone's having a great time. Polish fans have certainly made it to Italy for now. Has been blocked again. They've done a great job here in their blocking because they were getting told off a lot in those opening exchanges and encounters, and they've really fixed it. Kazmarek is really growing into the game, and I think he's trying to ride a horse or something in celebration. ZAKSA fans will be delighted to see him flourishing right now. He's such a key player for them. Devaporti coming in. Toniudi goes straight to Boye. The off-the-block cover there is on another level. Bednarz will be disappointed. Be careful over those advertising signs. Boys, there's a lot of volleyball left in this game. Straight away, Devaporti goes straight to Boye. great shift across to play off the block. It's obviously something that's been discussed, but touch is just a little bit out. Great chase for ZAKSA. ZAKSA by 4. They have Yashevsky exactly where they want them. Lucas Kaczmarek has growing into this game, and now he's taking it over. Tervaporti's been told, go on and set Borje. Well, he's been stopped. He's had to pass this one by to the middle. He's been stopped as well. Janusz almost has to push the whole of the coaching staff away before not getting his hands on it. But this is crazy. JSW have had the better of ZAKSA numerous times already this year. Haven't got the better of them right now. And you think about the quality of the performance in the opening set, the serving and the passing underpinned everything, but since then ZAKSA have started to serve well, and with that's brought some confidence. Chizmora comes in for 4 now, so the changes are starting to come from the bench, and Marcelo Mendes to the inside of Cleveno, trying to stop him getting out and making a solid approach to hit his angles. Tervaporti goes to the middle. David Smith is a name that we haven't mentioned for a while. Points straight to the bench. Could be a game plan thing. For now comes in. Sorry, Chizmora comes in. Same haircut. And tries to go to 5. Huber giving it stacks on the sideline. Smith celebrating. The ZAKSA fans are relentless. Nepala Alpator. The roof has been raised as ZAKSA looking for even more control here, but the side out on the outside. Cleveno off the hands of Smith this time. Started to speed things up a bit, hasn't he? Shevsky fans. This is special. Front court receiver, David Smith. How often have we seen him hit cross court? Now we see him hit the line. The ball's back into the right zone. Bednarz, maybe he's trying to serve the ball to overwork him. I mean, he's been a target with the passing for many teams and also throughout this evening, but now he's really on fire. He's passing a lot more ball. Maybe he won't see as much in the offense. Let's see. Well, you know the game plan here for ZAKSA. Mora has tried to hit to 5 both times away from the body. DIY here as he did the passing as well, but the game plan is very much to try and get hands in front of 5 when he's hitting through the pipe. Work for Smith, not for Huber. Big play, Kaczmarek. Started slow, didn't he? Wondered if he was really going to play a big part of this game, and certainly now in set 3. He's taking ZAKSA to another level. Great setting. Janusz 7 meters or so to try and put the blockers under pressure. And there's an ace from Kaczmarek. ZAKSA are flying. Yashemsky are folding in front of our eyes. guys, it's fascinating. Time out. Yashemski.
Focus in the match. Service, a strong service in the middle. If they service in the line, no problem. Attention, variation in the service. When the ball is good, play a lot in the middle. When the center is strong, play middle strong.
Polish volleyball fans hit that little bit differently. Kaczmarek will be delighted with himself. He's certainly feeling himself and his performance at the moment. Another big serve. It's a ripper from Kaczmarek. Width. Boyer has been stopped. Kleveno is struggling. Boyer is struggling. Huber is flourishing. ZAKSA are flying here. Now the issue. The Shimsky are not going to win this set, but they have to try and hold everything together, surely. For set number 4. Everything's starting to fall to pieces a little bit. No Toniuti. Fans taking videos of fans and not quite the volleyball. That's how good it is in here. And ZAKSA are looking like an incredible bet for 3 in a row. Focus was the message from Samuel Vuo after the second set. Kaczmarek can't provide the goods as 4-0 comes back into the fray. Well, you can really see who every fan is supporting. Hearts are on sleeves here. Tight pass, good night, there's another one. Javapodi takes one to the tash. Bednar's just been the aggressor for the last half an hour or so. Now Kaczmarek has joined the party. They've both had incredible service runs throughout this game. ZAKSA will be hoping that they can save some of this quality for the next set to get this job done, because set 3 has been one-way traffic. Shoji pops it in. Kaczmarek now getting a lot of the ball because he's feeling it. Boyer can't convert. There's a scratch of the head from Marcelo Mendes Huber. Look at this from ZAKSA. If you would have watched the Plus Liga finals, this is a completely different situation. It's a completely different team right now. They've turned up and they're turning over. Yashemski Vengel. They need character. Yashemski, Hadrava comes in. A lot of changes here for Mendes. Boyer out for the time being. Marcelo Mendes probably just resting 1 or 2 for the sets that are coming. Hadrava! Huber! Norbert Huber! Unbeatable in the block. Could be an unlikely hero this evening. That's why he was the best middle blocker in Plus Liga last season. Everything is getting dug here. 2 will do it. Tavapoli. Off the hands. Oh, that's a wild one as well. So Mendes looking slightly worried here. Right, so that ball's really inside, just can't quite get his feet behind the ball to really push it out to Clevenot, but Clevenot speeds up really nice with the arm. Set point. Bednorz. Colossal. And look at the ZAKSA fans. Bartosz Bednorz serving for the set here. Second set point for ZAKSA. Slivka, not this time. Clevenot just parking in the seam. I'd rather he's been dug. Is it in or is it out? You have to leave that one. Mr. Clevenot says thank you to the coaching staff on the side. Now, Shemski, every intention will be rewarded here if they can fight, even if they can make another 3 or 4 and start to push back. That might just carry over into the next set for them. Slivka takes the third for ZAKSA. The fans won't be celebrating too hard yet, but this is a Jekyll and Hyde performance from Yashemski at the moment. They started so good and so consistent, but ZAKSA have grown throughout this performance. Slivka's led it, but Bednorz has been sublime, and Kaczmarek as well. Huber, perfection in the middle. We go to a 4th set with ZAKSA looking for one more for the 3-peat. I don't know what you think at home. Yashemski. Clevenot then to get us underway in set number 4 of the Champions League finals, and Bednorz hasn't missed a beat as the class is back in the mix. Janusz has really kept his calm. His second Champions League for him. Chosen to go over the top of Toniutti. Slight mismatch when he's on that front court. Fast arm. But here, that's a good use of the middle. Toniutti loving to use the middle early on here. But again, keep an eye on the action. It's good serving from Smith. It's not like ZAKSA have also done anything too wrong. Big spread block from Huber from outside in with the hands. Beaten field goal from Gladier. Bednorz, great cover. Opportunity, Boyet, brilliant. That's exactly what they need. Yashemski here. They need their big players to get them back into the game. But it's certainly their big player. Good work from the blockers as well. Fornell getting all the way across to get Toniutti out of the block. He plays the defense. Boyet just stays incredibly high. This is exactly the start they needed. Gladier now. The ability to almost have the memory of a goldfish. Key here for Yashemski as they look to build back after the last set. One though for Huber. If anyone can remember him putting a foot wrong, then please let me know. Kaczmarek, who's risen like a phoenix from the ashes after the first set. It's a brilliant serve. 3 up in the block, and Berrier has been stopped. And now you think about ZAKSA still playing all of the volleyball at the moment. They will certainly feel that if they can keep pushing, Yashemsky will potentially fold again like they did in the previous set. Points from the previous set. We saw 7 for Kazmarek. That's outstanding. 5 for Bednorz, 5 for Clevenot as well. But 75% efficiency for Kazmarek was what was impressive. Berrier is working at something similar here. That's a much better play, and he's starting to smile again, which is great for him and very dangerous for the opposition. Vivchak falling away to the left. Gets his arms out really early. Front court receiver, fast. Clevenot's in the right spot, just in between the block there, as the middle doesn't get across, but Bednorz doesn't really miss much, does he? But this is almost the perfect situation. Slivka has gone a little bit quieter, can work on the pass. Kazmarek and Bednorz are flourishing. Maybe Janusz doesn't quite need Slivka as much through these times, and he can be the glue that holds everything together. High from Berrier. Remember the last time he was on that left side, he hammered into the cross court and got blocked. He stays high to the line, cross body, and it proves to be a very shrewd swing for him. Still blocking cross court when he's on the left. Janusz to the middle. Fornell is there. Shoji is there. High work. Oh, no cover. They might be a bit disappointed there. The ball's a little bit inside for Kazmarek without the width. We might not see him have the same effect. I mean, it's difficult to stay high off of Mbaye as well. That's a force to be reckoned with. It's a force of nature, isn't it? Mbaye. Shoji. Kazmarek forces his way through, ball still alive. Touch. Well, the point's gone the way of ZAKSA. Toniudi's kicking off. Clevenot as well. Double touch is being called. Berrier's face tells us everything that we need to know as we have another look. There's almost a lift in the block in the end. Just here. There's the double touch, clear the wrist and then off the body. Remember, block touch doesn't count, so it can touch the block and then you can recover, but not from Mbaye that time. There was a clear double. Fornell feeds it. Good saying, good blocking. ZAKSA look like they are finding the perfect recipe here. They are working together impeccably well. Berrier's been shut down again. Smith. Mbaye. And you're seeing here that Yashemsky are really forcing the issue. The odds are maybe a little bit against them, but Toniudi is really using varied options at the moment. And you can see that makes it very tough for the ZAKSA blockers. Mbaye to the front court receiver, Slivka. Off the hands. It's a rare play for Slivka. We haven't seen as much of him in 2 and 3 as we saw in 1. We just said it's because the other guns are firing. But he is such a smooth operator, isn't he? Slivka. You can see he is really the glue for this team. 3 up once again. Clevenot tries to work through the block or at least get a recycle. He got the recycle he wanted, but now ZAKSA are working hard to get their first chance. High and wide. Clevenot off the hands. Absolutely off the hands. 3 everything certain in life. Death taxes, and Cleveno looking for hands in the offense. But he's so good at it, isn't he? Different speeds, comes in slow, fastens the arm up. Sometimes comes in fast, slows the arm up, changes direction. And for anybody watching at home, it's such an educational thing to watch Cleveno play the way that he does. Very, very smart. Tight set this time. Brilliant from Gladier. He's working his absolute socks off at the moment, Yuri Gladier. Passion, determination, you name it. Boyer. Free ball. Massive. Chemsky by 2. And now look at the belief that's oozing through them. Toniutti keeps feeding Gladier. It's a smart move because he's giving him so much. He's on time, making decisions. But he's up for the challenge that this Champions League final is presenting to him. Air France. Bulldozer of a serve. But the only thing he bulldozes is the net this time. Good couple of rotations here, service-wise. Slivka, Smith, Bednarz, Kazmarek somewhere in there as well. So first one goes astray from Slivka. Overpass. Not dealt with from Gladier. Second opportunity. It's almost a bit of a blessing, this, but Bobivchak is there, sitting off the block. Good defensive discipline from Bednarz. He can't put it away. Doesn't go to Boyer. Goes to 4 now! David Smith gets across. It's another great game for him in the Champions League this season. This is exactly what David Smith is capable of. The arm comes through with speed. The short ball on Bobivchak is dangerous. Smith had 9 points before this set. Pajitsky, I haven't seen Pajitsky in the middle so far in this game. Another big one from Smith. It's a bit tight for Toniutti, but it's actually perfect. Chase. And there's been a net touch. Cleveno complaining. We might have a challenge here all the same. I think the referee is almost saying, if you're not happy, challenge it. Boyer thought he made one, but didn't. From a 2-point lead, ZAKSA are now up by 1. And we spoke about their service run that they have with Slivka, Smith. He's gone well under. Great decision from the referee. No surprise that anything has been really discussed or challenged. Smith goes to the middle, Gladier. Blocked back in the game. David Smith serving, matched with the blocking of ZAKSA. Is charging them towards a League title. No room at the inn for Gladier. Huber is huge. ZAKSA can feel it. Getting closer. Shevsky fans will keep banging the drum all evening long. The question is, can their team keep delivering the goods? They've been easily rocked at times, some of their quality outstanding as we expect, but Smith, Bednarz, their big servers have just managed to come to the forefront when their team needs them the most. For now, gets one past Huber. It's a good late turn off the hand, stays nice and high. There's a little wink there. The Shemsky fans, who you can hear in the background. The thing with Gladier here is he's fired up in abundance. Shemsky are going to have to try and keep their patience. Next ball is the call from Klevenot. Trying to keep the focus on the next task in hand. Kazmarek packs a dangerous punch. Really good from Klevenot. He stays really stable there, even when he's rocked. And that's going to earn them a side out. Klevenot can take a lot of the plaudits there because it was a good serve from Kazmarek, that's for certain. Toniudi back to 4 now. Now it's Slivka who might be cramping. It's been a long season. Still with a packed international schedule on the way. Talking about getting 2 weeks holiday after this, and they haven't had for a long time. Serve on to Bednarz, who's been destructive throughout. It's a good serve because it buys an opportunity through transition. And this is so much better. Yashemsky refused to be beaten down by ZAKSA. Klevenot getting aggressive. The beautiful thing about that from Toniudi is it looks like he's going to the middle. Shoulders, legs, everything. And he just works off the left shoulder to find Klevenot beautifully. Toniudi. High play, good cover. Janusz now can't set the ball, he played the first one. Slivka is a great setter of the ball all the same. Chance for Shevsky to take another lead here. Janusz, Kazmarek, stopped by 4 now. This game is bouncing around all over the place, and credit where credit is due, as Trebski show no sign at all of letting ZAKSA take any more control of this one. Toniudi ever present in those playoff games. Boyer, Gladier, and by Klevenot and 4 now is exactly the same team as we've seen the whole way through this one. We're through those Plus Liga playoffs. 4 now. Hammer. Here we go. They've lit a match on this one. After Smith's serving run, it looked like Ostrovsky could be done. But you don't win Plus Liga if you give up easily. This game just keeps tossing and turning. It's an absolute treat.
You keep the distance and spike far. Okay.
They started with Janusz Kazmarek.
We are good here.
Slivka. Smith, Pajitsky, so Pajitsky is the only change from those 3 playoff games, and that man there has taken his place. Has done a job of epic proportion. Tony Uti played for ZAKSA in 2021. The only leavers, well, in that starting side, Semenyuk, Zatorski, Jakub Kokonovsky. Semenyuk and Christoph Reno, the only 2 players to have left from last year's squad for ZAKSA. There'll be some nervous fans, I can tell you that. If you're not a regular volleyball viewer, Poland and their fans, fanatics of volleyball, it's something quite outstanding. Bednarz, we've seen that flourishing run a couple of sets ago. He tries to go away from the body and work the line. For now, at 2 up. Might be halfway through this set, but there's an awful lot of excitement to go. Shoji back in the mixer. Slivka looking for the block out here. I think it's going to go his way. Almost what he was playing for there, Slivka. Nothing between them. Good pass, Popovich. That's exactly what they need. David Smith is in the game again, and he's drawing ZAKSA back level. Coming in clutch, time and time again, gets his hands across outside of his shoulders to protect position 1 at all costs from Mumbai. Mumbai has gone off the top of Smith for large proportions of this evening. This time, he lets it drop and Smith is there. Well, there was a touch off of both the libero and for now. Smith back to the middle, brilliant from Tony Uti. Boyer goes to the outside, 3 up, Cleveno doesn't look sure about that one, Trevor Cleveno. He didn't look sure from the moment it left his hand. Boyer having to set that one. And it's wide of the mark, no touch of a Kazmarek. And no challenge either. Goes 2 points one way, 3 the other, 2 the other. You cannot keep a track of this one. Amazing entertainment all evening long. Boyer's gone quiet again. Such a formidable force. In slightly early, the arm can't quite come through from there. And Slivka knows. Everyone feeling the heat as Mendes calls a timeout. Tony Uti took a big gasp of air. They know they haven't quite found their rhythm. The same level of performance that demolished this exact ZAKSA team in that best-of-5+ Liga series. This is different. They're struggling to keep their head above water. Midway through 4. Huber. Someone who's come in and excelled this evening. That's better. By just away from the body. He got stopped by Smith. Going to the left. Smith this time still makes a good read in there, but it's beaten all the same. Who has the courage to see this through? This is a good rotation for ZAKSA as Mumbai hasn't quite got the flattest of serves. It's not a bad pass at all from Bednarz. Back to the opposite. Kazmarek is working nicely, but again, a favourable rotation for them, one would feel. A little bit inside, but beating the blocker. The speed all the same through that middle channel. Gladier mortified that he didn't get his hands on that one. In system. For now, brilliant high swing, fast arm. They would love something here from Boyer. It's a ripper of a serve. One of the biggest we've seen all evening. 1, 2, 4 on the clock from Boyer. This is a chance of a break. Yashemsky. No, Janusz is there. So he has to dig this one. It's inside the 3-meter line. And because it's a dig set, it's a little bit slower. And maybe that upset the rhythm of Slivka. Boyer again going high risk. I mean, at the speed that he's serving, he will miss the odd one, but that absolute bullet of a service certainly helped his side's cause in this race to 25. Somerville would love to get this done now. There's some tense moments on the horizon, though, for both sides. Step up Slivka. This good little service run that's coming at the right time. Slivka chooses to just stand down a little bit with the jump float serve. They've got to dig. This is for the 2 points. Shows she's been done for a double touch. Right hand pushing through a little bit quicker than the left. No one's feeling tense watching this, are they? It's just me. Another serve that goes astray. Clever note. The 3 Olympic gold medalists. This evening it started so well for them. But ZAKSA have certainly fought their way back into it. Smith, who's been the man to step up behind the service line on so many occasions, rocks him a little bit out of rhythm. It's a one-on-one big dive into the angle because that's where everything was facing from for now. So the game of chess there is that Kazmarek dives into the cross court. For now goes with the crossbody to the line. Good volleyball all around there. Kazmarek knew that he was under pressure and he was on his own, so he had to try and take some big angles away from Fornal. Got it. Shoji, what a pass. It's a little bit tight from Shoji. Very unfortunate, but it's a brilliant serve. When the chips are down, the fans having the time of their lives. That it with the rocket serve. Shoji with the overpass. Timeout ZAKSA. The lead has changed. The umpteenth millionth time.
Norby, go here. Just stay. Don't open too much the line on corner. Okay.
Hey, let's go, guys.
This one.
Hey,
Fight.
Timeouts work to charm as that is rocket arm can't operate 2 times in a row with a big break in between. So Mendes, not a happy bunny here. Unsure why he's a little bit flustered. It's very unlike him. Kazmarek. Three up, 4 now stopped. Popov is underneath it. Chance for Hadrava, the substitute. Was there a touch? One team thinks so, the other team doesn't. Touch has been given, but the challenge is coming from ZAKSA. Samalevu says, everybody calm down just a moment. I think this one might get overturned just purely because of the reaction of the ZAKSA players. Nobody's claiming touch, and nobody looks flustered. Ladir thinks there is, but for me, just the pure reaction for ZAKSA is that they're trying to figure out who touched the ball. Hadrava, big gutsy swing, staying high off the hands. Was there a touch is the question. I don't think there was, you know. No block touch. That one's going to change. It's a huge moment. The 23-22 will be reversed. Challenge now from Yashemski for a net touch. Turbo-Porty, the second setter, in with Hadrava. Was there a net touch? This would be huge. It would, oh my word. No net fault, challenge unsuccessful. What a turn up for the books. Sometimes maybe you feel like it might just be your night. Kazmarek with an ace here, or a big serve might be the difference. What a touch. Cleverno at clutch. Hadrava. And that is why we love this game. ZAKSA thought the net band was going to give them an ace. Cleverno class. Hadrava. No mistake this time. ZAKSA side out for Champions League point. They don't need to side out. Hadrava misplaces the serve. Match point for ZAKSA. Looks a little bit despondent there, Hadrava. Still no Boria. Still no Toniudi. Just Cleverno left in from the French trio anyway. Match point into the net this time for Bednarz. One of the first times that we've seen an error from him. He's been absolutely class this evening. Deep breath as Smith leaves the court. They need something special here. 4 now, certainly capable of delivering it. Good from Shoji. There'll be some anxious plays out there at the minute. Slivka thinks there was a touch off the hands. That was exactly what he was going for. Pass was slightly off the net from Shoji. And now Shevsky have set point. This one could go on all night, ladies and gentlemen, but there's a challenge from ZAKSA all the same. think there's no touch, just looking around here. Fornal with a brilliant serve under the pump at key times. The tension here is on another level. Oh my word, hang on. Was there a touch? There's no block touch. For a moment there, I thought it just hit the index finger on the right hand. But no. It couldn't be much closer though, could it? Shemsky to send us to a fifth. Or will it be ZAKSA to take it in four? We don't know, but Soji with the perfect pass of an absolute bullet. And then Kazmarek comes to the fray. Brilliant from Shoji, rocked all the way back, but it was the pass that lost the blockers, and by committed to the right, the ball went the other way. Big sigh of relief for Shoji. He's done a fabulous job when his team needed him the most. Norbert Huber, big hybrid serve. How are they under pressure here? Clever, no. We haven't seen that cross line this evening, have we? Big play. Clever, no. Well, history may repeat itself. Shimura off the bench like we saw in the first two. Brilliant serves there to turn the tide. They would love him to do it again here. And it's out the back. So much drama. Smith is back in. Janusz will serve, which brings Kazmarek back to the front. Smith at position 3 in the middle. Slivka will run back out to the outside. It's a good front court for ZAKSA, but it's also not bad. Oh, problem in the pass! Free meal ticket for Slivka. Second match point for ZAKSA. And it's the float serve, funny enough, after them really weathering the storm of the jump serves that might do the damage. Before now, and Yashemsky. Second match point, ZAKSA towards Cleverno to stay in the game. Boya, what a dig. Bednarz has just plucked one from nowhere. It was a huge swing from Boya. They come again, second time. Brilliant. Yashemsky. They stay aggressive when the chips are down here. Character in abundance. At Champions League, point down. Clutch play. And we know that Boye only has one gear, and that is fifth gear. Will he serve in, and will ZAKSA pass? The answer is no. We knew that Boye would go full throttle. This is unbearable. I would love a penny for the thoughts at the moment of Tuomas Samoveu. ZAKSA are ready to erupt here. Is this their moment? Slivka, the captain, in the arena that he won the World Championships of Poland in 2018. A softer serve to Cleverno. Cleverno, he's been blocked, but the chase is on. Bobivchak, brilliant recovery. Free ball for the Champions League. And Bednarz has gone out the back. Everyone with their hands on their heads in this arena. This is unbearable. A free swing for the Champions League. Goes astray from the brilliant Bartosz Bednarz. Cleverno now. Can they take advantage of that situation? Bednarz gets set again, this time off the hands. Janusz, opposite. This time there's a block. It's another turnaround. For now. A brilliantly fixed outside hand. Celebrating with the fans. What a moment for that man there. Everyone enjoying this battle. Set point, Yashevsky. Hold on to your hats. They're out of system here. Brilliant from Kazmarek. This is the chance that Yashevsky have wanted. Off the hands. We go to 5. When the chips were down, Yashevsky worked their way back into the game. 2-2. This will be settled with a race to 15 for Champions League glory. Slivka starts us underway again then. On the right of your screen, ZAKSA looking for the three-peat for now, and Yashevsky looking to win this for the very first time, and look, he's feeling it now in this last set. He's getting confident at the very right time. Smith can't quite get out quick enough, seems open for business. For now can put the ball away. And once again, the atmosphere in here is like being in Poland. That it screams at every mistake that he makes, but he's put in a great shift this evening. Bednarz at 20 points so far. Looks like he might just get this one out of the system. It's going to be difficult tracking it over his shoulder, but that's a clutch swing. Tracking it from all the way behind him. Slivka managing to put that ball into a very good spot, considering it was so far off the net. It was a brilliant set. Or was it Janusz who managed to get across? I thought it was an out of system ball. They haven't stopped all evening. Credit to you, or to every fan in here who's added to this spectacular evening. And that's Smith on the floor. Brilliant tomahawk defense from Smith, contributing everywhere. Bednarz makes the point, but Smith's defensive prowess certainly encouraging here. Great touch with the gator. Bednarz stays high and goes off the hands. 2-point gap early on is important, and he'll be trying not to think about having that swing for the Champions League. It looks like he's put it to the back of his head for the time being. Boyet, they might have a net touch here. Interesting to see if there's a challenge. Looked like it was Huber trying to get across to get 2 up on Boyet. There's a big net touch on the way down. Janusz having to play that one very low. 4 now gets across. Toniutti is there, who's back in trying to pull the strings there. Kazmarek somehow leans in and accesses the line from a difficult spot. They're all going to need to count on the last 2 years' experience against Trentino to come in here when it matters. There's so many little wrinkles and tails of this game already. Shemsky managing to get their way to send this to a 5th. Took so much courage for ZAKSA to then turn it around after having a free net for match point, and losing the 4th set would also be something very special. They thought there was a blocked touch. Cleverno is out for the time being. Maybe just disrupted the focus of the other team a little bit as well. Good hands. 4 now. Good from Slivka. It's still a little bit low on Janic at the moment. For now, just steps up, and the chase is on for Toniutti. Doesn't fancy kissing the advertising boards in this one because there's still some time left. This is electrifying. This is a game that we will be, remembered for an incredibly long time. Big serve from Anoj, just a little bit out of system. The tip is coming. Interesting now because this is exactly what worked in the opening set for Jastrzębski. There was an onslaught of tips early doors, wasn't there? Especially from Kleveno, and it's incredibly smart to go over the top of Huber. Serve from Mumbai. That's okay. Just trying to serve tactically straight down the line. Position his serve to make it difficult for the setter. Huber. He certainly has played his part. Fornau is getting a lot of the ball at the moment, but he's passing well, but it might just take him out of the offense for the time being. Here is Slivka on the outside. Beautiful chance to build through another rally. Kazmarek, Toniutti, one of the best digs we've had in this set. Bobiszczak, wow, tired legs, putting in everything here. Kazmarek recycling. Smith, no way! One of the rallies of the evening so far. Slivka finally puts it away. ZAKSA by 3. Jastrzębski not for the lack of trying. Bodies on the floor. I think it's Janusz that's gone down. They are leaving every ounce of energy out there this evening, these two teams. It's a Champions League classic. $13,000 people making this a night to remember. Borek slaps into the angle. Kazmarek in exactly the right spot, but I mean, the power that that man hammers it with, you can be in the right spot, doesn't mean that you're going to dig it. Slivka in that situation, ball's coming over the right shoulder, to be able to still hit off the top of the hands. The line is an outrageously good swing. He knows that he has that height advantage over Toniutti, who stays in. Fans delighted with Slivka. Toniutti knew it was coming his way. Jastrzębski brilliant, they're in system. As they work, the middle Gladir is certainly someone who's hungry to be involved when there's a lot on the line. Smith says, good play. We have to give him that one. Kleveno, can he step up a little bit here? Fast play into the angle. Can't quite put it away, but Fornal has to try and make something from a difficult position. So does Slivka. Good from Slivka. First time he has to get creative. Second time, because of that decision, it earns him a chance to get aggressive on the ball into the sharp angle. This has been very good for Slivka this evening. And that young man have an evening to remember. Shemsky, 2 down once again, but they've been through this story before in the previous set, haven't they? They know it. They know if they serve well, they can get their way back into the game, and they are serving well. Gladier finds a sideline at maybe the most important time, not allowing the opposition to get away. Bednarz tries to say it was out, but I can assure you that's perfect in the air. Very upright, allowing the arm to work through to the sideline. Gladier has been strong all evening long. Bednarz under pressure. JWS, oh, Shoji. ZAKSA, is it over? No. And we're all square. Neither side want to give the other one an inch. But Gladier has really come to the forefront of this one. 2 super serves in a row. Train for every day. Gladier is stepping in to these moments and staying aggressive, dictating the play. And it's an absolute treat to see. They've had a phenomenal season, those fans. How does it finish? No Boria on the court at the moment. Kazmarek off the hands and out of play. Great side out. Soji delighted, maybe a little bit relieved. Round that rotation, Kazmarek scores again. ZAKSA lead by 1. Smith, arguably the best server for ZAKSA in this Champions League season. It's a good serve, but it's an even better pass and swing from Fornal. Gutsy is a word that I've used a lot this evening, but Fornal is right there in the moment. He's right in the zone here. He's coming good exactly when his team need him. Good setting from Turboport. He gets around the ball nice. 2 quick steps, fires it with the hands. And Rava missed a serve at the back end of the set. Shoji, what a pass that is under the pump. Second opportunity, flips it back to the outside. No way. Fornal with an outrageous stick. Free ball though for ZAKSA. Bednarz doesn't go anywhere near Fornal the second time. 2 big blows from Bedney. This is a battle in itself, Fornal. And Bedny at the moment. In comes Pajitsky. In for Huber for the first time. Free ball, a big opportunity to lead by 2 for ZAKSA in the closing stages. Kazmarek doesn't know if he sunk it. He's unsure. Doesn't look like there's a challenge coming. This will show us better. Oh, it looks in to me. Smiles. Kazmarek started slowly, but he's been brilliant. Interesting to still see no Bourier. Hadrava keeps his place. So does Turvaporti. Only Clevenot, part of that French Olympic gold medal winning team out there at the moment. Lucas Kazmarek, 3 away, ZAKSA off the top. Hadrava gets it past the block this time. Big play past Bednors. Povivchak does a good job just scurrying around and staying relaxed enough with the shoulders to sort of get a good tempo of a play in. Three in the pass for now. Could be dangerous here for ZAKSA. No, a missed serve brings ZAKSA to 2, but we've seen this before. We've seen Jastrzębski come back into the fold. For now, pats himself on the head as Bednors, I think, is back to serve next. Tension has been unbearable for the last few hours. It's absolutely crazy as Bartosz Bednors, big serve, Povivchak holds on to it to the outside. Clevenot, big swing. Clevenot off the block is absolutely outstanding. And where Jastrzębski are missing serves, ZAKSA is still making theirs count at this moment, but Clevenot, that out of rhythm ball, manages to still find a solution because he's got millions of them. Shmura. Can he do what he did in set 1 from this same end? Yes, he can. It's a great serve from Shmura. A chance to bring it back all level. It's a big block. The unlikeliness of heroes in Janusz. The setter makes a block to take ZAKSA to match point again. A great read from Janusz. Timeout, Jastrzębski. Well, ZAKSA, 2 match points to become the 4th club to win the Men's Champions League at least 3 times. Kazan, Trentino, Belgorod, the others. Match point for ZAKSA. Kozicki off the bench. It's a good serve. Boyer's back in. He's been stopped. This is the swing that they've been waiting for. Smith to win the Champions League for a 3rd successive time. It's outstanding. beaten. Piotrowski Węgiel in a 5-set Champions League classic that will be remembered forever. The three-peat has been achieved for ZAKSA here in Turin, and it's disappointment. Piotrowski and Kaczmarek just cannot believe it. The emotion is too much. They are heroes. Trentino won 3 in a row from 2008 onwards. Zenit Kazan 3 in a row. 2014 to 18 they won 4. ZAKSA. And look how special it is. Tuomas Samoviro wins the Champions League for the first time and puts his name into the history books, following in the footsteps of Kretu and Gerbic. It's a special evening for ZAKSA. It really is. The heartbreak of the league has gone. And it's one of the biggest achievements in volleyballing history for some time. Bednarz embraces with the coach who brought him in halfway through the season. Brilliant throughout the semis and the final, Bednarz. The first Champions League victory for him. For the likes of Kaczmarek, Slivka, you can't hold back the tears. This is a dream. Slivka, who won the World Championships here in this very hall in 2018, will lift the Champions League here this evening. This is how it finished. Give the ball to David Smith under the pump, and he will deliver. There's Jastrzębski fans in front of me with tears in their eyes. That's how much volleyball means in Poland. And it's just been a fantastic advert for the sport in general. Polish volleyball in particular. And Kaczmarek really did produce the goods after a slow start. That man won the Champions League with Tours once upon a time. Now he's done it as the head coach of ZAKSA. He stays so cool and so calm to